Good day and welcome to Q2 and H1 FY2024 Home Infra Limited conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during this conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vishal Mehta. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nito. Good afternoon, everyone. I, on behalf of Stellar Investor Relations, welcome you all to Home Infra Limited Q2 and H1 FY24 earnings conference call. We shall be sharing the key operating and financial highlight for the second quarter and half year ended September 30, 2023. We have with us today the senior management team of Home Infra Limited, Mr. Vikas Kothari, Director and President, and Mr. Sunil Kumar Jain, Chief Financial Officer. Before we begin, I would like to state that some of the statements made in today's discussion may be forward-looking in nature and may involve risk and uncertainties. Documents relating to the company's financial performance have already been uploaded on the website of the stock exchange. I now invite Mr. Vikas Kothari to share his initial remark on the company's performance for the quarter and half year. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Vishal and the team. And I welcome you all to our company's conference call. Hope you all have been able to go through our investor presentation for Q1 and H1 FY24. Starting with the quarterly performance, we are pleased to report yet another stellar financial and operational performance with continued momentum in our order execution, enhanced profitability and healthy current order book. The execution run rate has been improving consistently and our half-yearly revenue stood at its highest ever in the history of our company at 547 crores, which is up by almost 125% year-on-year, and as against 799 crores in FY23, which itself had grown at 3-year CAGR of 62% over FY20. Profitability for the operating and net margins have also improved this fiscal year, both year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter. In Q2 FY24, the EBITDA margin clocked in at almost 15% and net margin at 8.4%. Order book remains robust with 2,805 crores as on 30th September 23, forming 3.5 times of our FY23 revenues and provides a good revenue visibility for the next 2 to 3 years. On the arbitration front, with regards to NTPC Tapovan and coal dam projects, we have filed settlement claims under Vivad Se Vishwas scheme for receiving 65% of the awarded amount, which we are expecting in this year to be close to about 45 crores. With regards to Bandra Mahada, the consortium had appealed to arbitration against Mahada due to delays in the project, and the matter was heard and award is received with FSI enhancement subject to premium payable at applicable rates. The matter is still sub judice, and we have appealed against the arbitration judgment in the court in order to get more reliefs from Mahada. Our CFO, Mr. S.K. Jain, will share more details on the quarterly performance in a bit. But before that, I would like to take some time to reiterate our business competencies and growth opportunities in the sector. We are one of the leading players in turnkey execution contracts for hydro irrigation, pump storage, power generation, water supply projects, and Jal Jeevan Mission projects. We are one of the largest companies in India which is into equipment like hydromechanical equipment like gates, liners, trash racks, mechanical and hydraulic hoists. This is a very niche area and a monopolistic business where we are one of the market leaders. Our order book has been consistently growing and quadrupled from March 18 to March 23 and currently stands at 2,805 crores as on September 23, which is almost 3.5 times of our FY23 revenues. The order book is well diversified with a good mix of hydro and water projects and Jal Jeevan Mission projects. Hydro and water projects are typically irrigation, dam building, hydromechanical equipment, and are executed over the next 2 to 3 years and give us a good 18 to 20% margin, EBITDA margin. Revenues for these projects are recorded on a project completion basis. On the other hand, Jal Jeevan Mission projects have two major components: site procurement and laying and other EPC-related works, including overhead tanks, pump houses, etc. These projects are to be executed over a period of 2 to 3 years with a healthy EBITDA margin of about 12 to 15%. However, the nature of these projects requires us to upfront some of the expenses, which while book revenues upon completion of the section of the milestones, causing some volatility in our quarterly numbers, including our margin. Our current outstanding order book for JJM projects is 1678 crores, out of which 995 crores is from UP and 683 crores is from Rajasthan. Once executed, these projects will open the doors for other similar projects with the central government and state governments. The other added opportunity is that these projects and also hydropower projects also carry a component of O&M, which gives us a steady revenue over a 5 to 10 year period from the same projects. We believe that there is huge opportunity in hydro and water space in India, hydroelectric power generation and water supply projects. And with our experience and competencies, we are well placed to capture a meaningful share of this opportunity. The new and exciting space in form of pump storage projects also offers a great amount of growth opportunities for players like us. Let me highlight some of the key potentials of pump storage projects and why do we need them in India. Pump storage projects uses energy to pump water at higher level and then let it descend and produce electricity when needed. So it's kind of a battery storage kind of a project, and the central government is quite focused on development of pump storage potential in India. Pump hydro projects differ from conventional hydroelectric power plants in that they generate more electricity than they need because of the hydraulic and electric losses that occur throughout the pumping cycle from lower to upper reservoirs. Despite this, plants may be quite helpful in balancing the load throughout the whole power system because they are usually very efficient. Because of the pricing difference between peak and off-peak periods and their ability to supply essential ancillary grid services, pump storage facilities may be extremely cost-effective. India has been a laggard in development of pump storage projects and has so far only has generation capacity of 4,700 megawatts as compared to 36,000 megawatts in China and 22,000 megawatts in US and Japan each. Over the past decade, the Indian energy sector energy transition has resulted in substantial shift from fossil fuel-backed sources to renewable energy. As the share of renewable energy, intermittent energy source increases to 50% by 2030, there will be a need for storage systems to provide energy when wind and solar will not be operating at peak capacity. The government has identified huge opportunities in PSP and estimates potential of about 103,000 megawatts. As per CEA, Central Electricity Authority, in a report in January 22, 2,800 megawatts of PSP are under construction, whereas 24,000 megawatts of PSP are under different stages of development. The government has introduced a number of industry drivers. Union Ministry of Power has recently recommended a cut in GST in hydropower projects. So a lot of benefits are being given for development of hydropower projects and pump storage projects. You may have recently heard about Coal India also utilizing its depleted coal mines for converting them into pump storage projects also. So this kind of goes to show the keen focus by both the central and state governments on development of water energy. In conclusion, over the past few years, we have continued to build on our strengths and have increased the scale of operations of our company. With large order book at hand and our demonstrated track record and leading position in hydro and water infrastructure, we believe that we are well placed to capitalize on the opportunities in this space and post strong growth in coming quarters. I now request Mr. S.K. Jain to take you through our financial performance. Over to you, Jain sir.
Thank you, Vikasji. You have almost covered the top line and bottom line in your presentation. I would like to highlight one thing, that we are constantly reducing our debt from our balance sheet. And vis-a-vis March 23, we have reduced our debt in September 23 also, which is well reflected in the P&L and in the presentation sent and the data published to the Bombay Stock Exchange after the date of result. We are constantly reducing our debt, and with the onset of arbitration award, which is scheduled any time for next 6 months from Tapovan NTPC, we will further reduce our debt, and this will reflect in the March 24 or June 24 balance sheet, hopefully. Other than this, I will invite Q&A on financial part if any. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1. To ask a question, if you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The first question is from the line of Jinesh from Nivesha Investment Advisory. Please go ahead.
Congratulations for reporting a good set of numbers. I have a couple of questions. First thing is, we see ample of projects coming ahead, be it PSPs or hydro. So what opportunity size do we see for us? Like, is there any specific area where we have a focus or what? Like, I just want to understand the vision, what we have.
So the idea is that, there's a big boom in all the industries that we are present in. Primarily these 3-4 verticals, water infrastructure, water supply, hydroelectric power generation, irrigation, and of course pumped storage projects. So the idea is to tap the potential, the enormous potential available in all these 4 industries and have an order book of close to about 4,000 to 5,000 crores over the next few quarters, which gives a strong revenue growth visibility also over the next few years.
Okay. And sir, another question was, what are the upcoming tenders in which you are wishing to participate?
I will not be able to give you the names of the projects, but there's enormous pipeline from both central government and the state government on all the sectors that we are talking about. Specifically, I do need to mention the names of the project, but there's enough budgetary allocation to both Jal Jeevan Mission projects by the central government and the state governments, and also by the central government PSUs like NHPC, NTPC, HJVNL, THBC, NIPCO. They have a huge pipeline of projects which are coming up for bidding.
Okay. And sir, in Jal Jeevan Mission, we have stronghold in Rajasthan and the state of Uttar Pradesh. Any plans about extending our range? Because I see majority of projects we do in just 2 states. But the potential is enormous across all the states as well.
No, we are present in quite a lot of other states also. We are present in Gujarat, MP, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Himachal, Uttarakhand. In the Northeast also we are present. So right now we have just shown you UP and Rajasthan as our current existing orders for Jal Jeevan Mission alone. Other than that, if you see detail of our order book, we have presence in a lot of other states also.
I'm asking about Jal Jeevan Mission only.
No, Jal Jeevan Mission also we will execute projects in whichever state we find a good opportunity in. We are not focused on only UP and Rajasthan.
Okay. And sir, next question is, I was seeing Dewas 3 and 4 was awarded to Dilip, Dibang HEP was awarded to Patel. So do we see any further orders coming from them for our specialty in hydromechanical parts?
We don't like to work with private sector. We prefer not to work for private sector and not as a subcontractor. There's enough and more opportunity and there's enough and more projects which we can bag and which we will bag directly from the clients. We also bid for Dewas and we will not tell them Dilip was aggressive and therefore they bagged the project. But there are enough pipeline projects in the pipeline.
Okay, sir. And any execution targets for FY24 and 25?
This existing order book alone will have to be executed in FY24 and FY25. Over the next 2 years, this existing order book has to be executed over the next 2 to 3 years. So that itself shows a good revenue growth visibility. And of course, we will add more orders within the next 2-3 years, which will further increase the revenue visibility and the revenue growth for the next 2 financial years itself.
Okay, and sir, on the last question, are we seeing any slowdown due to elections coming forward?
During elections, because of the election code of conduct, definitely some slowdown happens because they can't award new projects. But it's only a temporary phase. I think the new governments will get formed in all of these states in the next 1-2 months, and the projects which are on the table will be announced. So not much impact. Yeah, there is a quarter delay in awarding new projects at best.
Okay, thank you so much. That's it from my side.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Next question is from the line of Mahesh Shah, an investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for the opportunity. So I just wanted to know what was the order inflow in the second quarter and in the first half of the financial year?
Hello. Yeah, in this financial year after April, there is no any order inflow, and the order is same as it was in March 23.
Okay. Got it. And apart from that, like anything on the margin guidance and when it comes to the sustainability of margins, so anything on that front?
12% EBITDA, 12 to 40% EBITDA is looking safe for our company. Looking into the projects we are executing in Jal Jeevan and hydromechanical and civil engineering, and 12 to 40% is looking safe at this time.
Okay, got it. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Next question is from the line of Dharmesh Shah, an investor. Please go ahead. Dharmesh, may I request you to unmute your line and go ahead with your question, please?
Yeah. Good evening, Vikasji and Sunilji. Any update on the Bandra project that we have?
As of now, there is no update. We received the arbitrator's judgment, but that arbitrator's judgment is not covering all the relief that we expected from that. So we are hoping to get. We want more relief on our dispute with Mahada, and hence we have repealed that arbitrator judgment in the courts, and that's about it. The matter is sub judice as of now.
Any timeline when it can be resolved or anything?
No, not really. There can't be any timelines in Indian judicial systems.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and one to ask the question. Next question is from the line of Sandeep Sabharwal from AskSandeepSabharwal.com. Please go ahead.
Hi, Vikas ji. Congratulations on very good performance. Just wanted to find out that you won a lot of orders in a short period and that execution is going on now. But last 6 months we've seen a lull in your order win. So do you think you will be able to add something over the next 6 months which can create visibility? Because once you get the projects, then for the execution to start also it takes time.
So let me give you thank you very much, Sandeep, for joining the call. But let me give you a brief before answering that question. What happens is whenever any project is taken up for development, the first step is DPR. The DPR is prepared, feasibility is prepared, then these are approved by the cabinet. Once the financial sanctions are in place, then which takes sometimes years also. Once the financial sanctions are cleared by the cabinet, then these corporations like NHPC, NTPC, they take up these projects for development. Within that also, they first award the infrastructural works packages for the project. Then they award the civil construction packages, and then they award the hydromechanical packages. So by the time the tenders come out for hydromechanical packages, it takes a good amount of time. That is why, we are seeing a bit of a lull right now in terms of new auto book addition on hydromechanical side and hydropower side of the business. But mind you, in the next maybe 6 to 12 months, there will be enough and more projects which will come up for bidding. And you can see the project pipeline at each of these corporations' websites also. All the central government websites as well as the state government water resources departments. So in terms of pipeline, there is no shortage of business for the next 10, 20, 30 years also. But it just takes a little while for it to get converted into a order book. So that's why, and we also wanted it to be a bit of a slow, order intake, because all of our projects, we have our hands full right now, and all of our projects are at peak of their execution. So, we were also not very aggressive in taking orders. That's why our bidding was all done at healthy margins, and therefore, we've not added any orders. But I think you will see a bit of an order book addition within the next few quarters itself.
All right.
And the good part is that all this order book addition will be at very healthy margins.
Okay, that's very good. And you have indicated in your presentation that from the Palacia project, I think 300 crores order of cash flows is what you're expecting. Now, there's a lot of buoyancy in the real estate market. So how do you see the sales pick up out there, cash flow generation? Like, is it picking up? Are the rates for you also moving up? How is that?
See, the sales velocity is not picking up. It's stable. I mean, every quarter we have a few apartments which are sold. But I see that there are two things to this. One is there is no competition for us in the location that we are in. So, and number two is the project completion has just happened. So, people's visibility and, people moving in will bring in the velocity. People have now started moving in, so therefore that will also bring velocity to the sales. My sense is the next 2 financial years, the entire inventory should get sold.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, and best of luck.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Adesh Gosalia from Ashwan Global. Please go ahead.
Hello. Am I audible?
Adesh, can you speak a little louder, please?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, congratulations, sir, on a great set of numbers. So I had a couple of questions. One was regarding the NTPC Tapovan arbitration award that you are expecting to receive in the next 3 to 6 months. So, in that you have mentioned that we have applied with Vishwas to Vivad, I think, under the government scheme, and we are going to get 65% of the amount in that. So, any particular plan where we are going to utilize this fund?
Presently, we are thinking of reducing our debt with this. As of now, we are thinking of reducing our debt with this amount, partially with debt and partially to be used in the working capital for the project.
And just to get a little...
Also, the idea is to create deposits in the banks also, because what our raw material for our growth in the engineering business is bank guarantees. And bank guarantees, we can negotiate better terms when we have, surplus deposits lying in the banks. We can command the terms with our banks, both in terms of non-fund based limits required for, bank guarantees for bidding for new projects, etc. So the primary utilization will also be for that.
Okay, got it. And so, after this 65% completion, is there any possibility for us to recover the remaining amount, or if we get the 65, then we are done with this arbitration award?
No, this is final, full and final.
Okay.
We can't contest this and we can't claim the remaining balance.
Okay. Got it. And so, any target that we have kept for our order book between Jal Jeevan and hydro and water projects?
No, our idea is that we need to add new orders at healthy margins, healthy bottom line. So there's no specific target in terms of how much order we want to bag in hydro, how much order we want to bag in Jal Jeevan Mission. We will keep looking for opportunities in each of these sectors, and in the pump storage sector, and in the water, the irrigation sector. And my sense is that in the next few quarters, we should add a good amount of orders. Could be in the range of 500 to 1,000 crores.
Okay. Got it. Thank you so much, sir. That's it from my side, and all the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Next question is from the line of Harsh Saraswat, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello. So my question is similar to what Sandeep ji asked earlier. As our country would be going into elections in next 6 months, does that affect the ordering, bidding and all? Does it causes a slowdown in that? How does it work out at the time of elections, ordering and all?
Actually, these central government elections don't have much of an impact, because central government projects are largely governed by the PSUs, and PSUs are all PSUs are all independent corporations, so they are not affected by elections at all. As regards Jal Jeevan Mission and the water supply projects, they are all state projects, so not much impact because of the central government election.
Okay, that doesn't affect the pipeline of the orders.
No.
Okay. That's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Next question is from Ketan Athavale from Robo Capital, and please go ahead.
Hello. Thank you for the opportunity, sir. I wanted to know, is it right that in Palashia no units were sold in this quarter?
I would like to hear the question again, please.
In Palashia, were no units sold in this quarter? Was there any sales of units?
In this quarter, there were, I think, 2 units were sold.
Okay. And is this understanding correct that you have 163 crores of revenue which you have sold but you have not recognized? Is that correct?
Yes.
So by which quarter do you expect to recognize that in books?
When these buyers will get the unit registered in their name, then this will be recognized.
Okay, and generally how much is that lag between sales and recognition?
Yes. There are two concepts going on. One is income tax method, one is ROC company law method. In income tax method, when we book the revenue as soon as one booking is done. Suppose you book a particular flat on day one, in income tax we book as a revenue for entire flat. But in company law, the revenue is built when you get the flat registered in your name. Suppose you have paid only 90%, and 10% is remaining, then I will not book the revenue in the company law. So this gap will always go on.
Okay, but I was understanding that since as per company law you have this 163 crore unrecognized. So I was just trying to understand in say Rajasthan how much is the gap between when you sell the unit and when the buyer gets it registered.
There is no any law for that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Next question is from the line of Jagdish Mudra, an investor. Please go ahead.
Hello. Hello.
नमस्कार मुद्रा जी.
नमस्कार. सबसे पहले तो बधाई आपको, मैनेजमेंट को, विकास जी को, एसके जी और पूरा मैनेजमेंट को कि बहुत जबरदस्त रिजल्ट आपने दिया है. और इसीलिए कुछ क्वेश्चन क्यूरी कुछ है नहीं, सेटिस्फाइड है इन ऑल रेस्पेक्ट शेयर होल्डर्स और सभी लोग. तो उसमें कोई आप लोग बहुत बढ़िया कर रहे हैं, तो उसमें कोई पूछने का या क्वेश्चन मार्क है ही नहीं. तो क्या क्वेश्चन करें. एक तो ये 45 करोड़ कमेंट्री में विकास जी ने बोला था, तो ये 45 रिसीवेबल है या टोटल आर्बिट्रेशन अमाउंट है. क्योंकि 50 करोड़ अगर इसमें इन्वेस्टर प्रेजेंटेशन में बोले हैं तो 65% ऑफ 50 करोड़ मैंने 33 करोड़ होता है. तो अपने को 32 मिलेगा या 45 करोड़? 45. हाँ, तब वो अच्छा 45 मिलेगा. राइट, बहुत बढ़िया बात है. तो क्योंकि 50 करोड़ का 65 हम तो 33 मान रहे थे, आप 45 बता रहे हैं, तो तबीयत खुश होने वाली बात है ये तो. और दूसरा बांद्रा का जैसे बता रहे थे, तो अपने को आर्बिट्रेशन में ये एडिशनल लैंड मिल गई, तो उसके बाद में भी कोई रहा है क्या पेंडिंग इश्यू? वहाँ पर लैंड मिल गई, अब शिफ्टिंग का काम कर करके और अपने वैसे हिसाब से नहीं करने की पोजीशन में है क्या? हालांकि इसका आप जवाब दे दिए था इस पहले. मेरे बीच में लाइन डिस्कनेक्ट हो गई थी, मैं रास्ते में हूँ.
इसमें एडिशनल लैंड उन्होंने अवार्ड किया हमारे को, बट वो प्रोसेस माडा से लेना करना और वो नई लैंड लेना, उसमें प्रोसेस में टाइम लगेगा. तो उतना जल्दी भी कुछ नहीं होगा. और हमने भी अभी ये चैलेंज भी किया है कोर्ट में डिसीजन, क्योंकि कई रिलीज जो हमने मांगी थी वो नहीं मिली हमारे को, तो इसमें टाइम लगेगा.
नहीं, बात है ना कि आप लोग तो सभी समझदार है. छोटी मोटी चीज के लिए मेरे हिसाब से कंप्रोमाइज करके आगे बढ़ना चाहिए. जितना डिले होगा उतना जो रियलाइजेशन का अपने बेनिफिट रुपया घर में आ जाएगा, उसका फिर अपने वहाँ और मल्टीपल कमा लेंगे. आज कोई प्रॉपर्टी 5 करोड़ की 10 साल से पड़ी अनसोल्ड, वो 6 करोड़ में बिक रही थी, बेचा नहीं, बोला 8 में बेचेंगे, तो 5 का 10 करोड़ हो गया ब्याज लग लग करके. तो वो कुछ मेरे हिसाब से तो बीइंग शेयर होल्डर हम यही कह सकते हैं कि छोटी मोटी अमाउंट में कंप्रोमाइज कर करके अपना पैसा उठाना. 1,500 करोड़ रुपया अपना उठ जाए तो 10-20 करोड़ रुपये अगर ज्यादा रियलाइज कर भी लेंगे तो क्या हो जाए. मेरे हिसाब से तो छोटी मोटी चीजों. मैंने बताया मैं थोड़ा प्रॉपर्टी लाइन में हूँ. लोग 50-50 लाख के पीछे फ्लैट छोड़ दिए है 10% 5 करोड़ का, आज तक नहीं बिका. 10 साल हो गया. ब्याज 7% में देते तो डबल ट्रिपल हो जाता. एक तो ये बात हो गई. दूसरी, पहले एशिया का मोटा मोटी अपने को डेवलपमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर पूरा हो गया है क्या, और कोई बाकी रहा है कि अभी भी डेवलपमेंट में लग रहा है कि हो गया पूरा?
5-7 करोड़ बाकी है.
5-7 करोड़ और लगने का बाकी है. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि भी अब जो भी फ्लैट बिकेगा उसका नेट रियलाइजेशन सीधा रेवेन्यू में चला जाएगा.
अब तो यही होना है.
हाँ, अब तो होना, लेकिन 5-7 करोड़ रुपया फिर भी अभी खर्चा बचा हुआ है.
हाँ, वो तो धीरे होता रहेगा.
हाँ, तो वो ठीक है। तो कुछ अपने इसमें आ रही है क्या, मतलब आई मीन कुछ बाइंग आ रही, मतलब इंक्वायरी आ रही है क्या?
इंक्वायरी तो आ रही है। इंक्वायरी तो अभी शुरू हुई है, जैसे ये नोटबंदी हुई है दोबारा वाली, उसके बाद इंक्वायरी काफी बढ़ी है। पर ये सेल्स में कम कल्मिनेट कब होती है ये देखते हैं हम लोग, क्योंकि हम लोग अभी सब प्राइस रिड्यूस नहीं कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि मार्केट अच्छा है अभी, प्राइस हम लोग रिड्यूस नहीं कर रहे हैं।
Thank you. Jagdish, I'll request to come back for a follow-up question. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask the question. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask the question. As there are no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Vikas Kothari for closing comments.
Thank you very much to everyone for joining our conference call. I will be definitely happy to take any further questions and any further queries if you may have any. My numbers are shared by the IR company. Please feel free to reach out. And as I said, that we are very bullish about the future growth of the company and very positive. This is our 50th year, and we have achieved a phenomenal progress. We have achieved a phenomenal progress in this financial year with the highest revenue and highest profits. And we hope to end this financial year also with the highest revenue in the history of our company and with the highest profits also. And also going forward, achieve the same growth that we have had. With that note, I think I will end it. Over to you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Om Infra Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.